Hello. I will most likely do another video from Oslo because I'm going to Oslo. But I wanted to do this one because I received so many emails. I mean, God, well, yeah. So these are all my thoughts and opinions. Do your own research and be responsible in the comments, okay? You see how long, before I start, a lot of people ask me about my hair. I have already told you I use rice water. I've been using rice. My mom used to put rice water on me since I was a kid. And then when I went back to Canada, I stopped using it. And then I went back to using it. And it really, really works. And it also helps against gray hair. I have some gray hairs. You just can't see it. And I don't have a lot. I don't have thick hair, but I have a lot of fine hair. A lot of fine hair. A lot. I look like a poodle if I'm not careful. Anyways, enough about my hair, but I just wanted to answer those questions. It seems as though the emails I've gotten is that, first, why don't you support Lady C's petition? And that I'm being nasty, that I'm being anti-Lady C. No. We are all entitled to have different views. We all are. But to me, Lady C's petition, even though it's well-intended, it's useless, you know, and it just feeds on Harry's and his wife's craziness. It just makes them feel more empowered. They're not empowered. Their only reason why they're empowered is because they have not been held accountable. But these are just my opinions. That petition to me is like begging a serial killer. It's like letting loose a serial killer in the world, telling him you will have no consequences, nothing will happen, go ahead and kill, and then send him a petition saying, please, can you please not kill, while letting him loose. I don't know if it makes sense, you know, it's pointless. Were we not watching? I mean, I didn't watch the whole video, the interview at all, but from what I've seen, one of the main things that Harry and his wife are pissed off about is the fact that they didn't get more titles. The fact that they were not hired to work. Remember that part when Meghan said, oh, I sent them letters. I wanted them to use me. And I think what really, really pissed them off is the fact that they were given the opportunity and encouraged to be private citizens. So I wish we could really not see Harry, because we haven't stopped seeing him since he left the royal family. I mean, I go back, you know, I've gone back online and try to look for him after his mother died. Very few pictures. Everything was controlled, very straightforward. So what is that petition going to accomplish? If these people clearly are angry that they didn't get more titles, that they weren't even given a more prominent place within the royal family. Were you guys not listening to that? Have you guys, I don't know if many of you have seen the video, the interview, but have you, the whole message, at least for me, that I got, is that if they were to be given prominent place in the royal family with all the privileges included, they'd go back in a heartbeat. Now, there's a saying in Spanish, which I love. I hope I do it justice by trying to translate it. It's saying that you're a slave to your words and owner to your silence. Harry and Meghan have not owned up to their silence. They are trashing the royal family. And again, I wouldn't care if the royal family and the monarch were not the head of state, who represents Canada and the Commonwealth and the UK and everybody. I would not care if no money was given to them from Canada. I would not care if the Queen did not represent us, but she does. And the accusations that they have said, the slander that they have said, is that they're racist, abusive, bigots. So honestly, would you like somebody who's a bigot, racist, to represent you? How effective can the royal family be in representing us if the whole world is looking at them and thinking that they're racist and bigots and abusive people? How effective can they be? Basically, the royal family has no effect whatsoever, cannot be efficient in representing us, because they are tarnished. And what's worse is that they're allowing that to happen. Because they, just like the BBC inquiry, they should hold an inquiry to Harry. Now, if you go back to my old videos, you will see repeatedly that I say, in I think 3 or 4 videos, that I have no doubt that the transfer from the Royal Foundation to Harry's charity foundation was lawful. There's no doubt of that, because I do believe that the Royal Foundation transferred that money in good faith. And if you go back to those videos, you will see that I say to you that it's what Harry did with that money that's unlawful. Because if he acquired that money, or he got that money under false pretenses, that is fraud. The fact that, if you see the results of the inquiry, they say that the Royal Foundation transfer, the transfer was done legally and in good faith. Harry got that money, changed the name of the foundation because he's so stupid. He thinks that by changing the name of the foundation, it erases everything from before. No, it's accounting. You know, you have to account that money. And the findings of the Charities Commission says that they haven't accounted for that money properly. So basically, they grabbed the money and they shut down the foundation. And they haven't accounted properly for what they did with that massive amount of money. Many of you have also asked me about the $3 million from Disney. And I already told you that I did phone the Charity Commission, and they told me that there's nothing they can do about those $3 million, because that was a private arrangement between Harry and Disney. And unless Disney comes and files a complaint, they can't do anything about it. So as far as I know, it's a deal between a private company and a private individual. No money, apparently no money of $3 million was received into the foundation. So I don't know where that money went. So if anything, it is Disney that has to inquire about those $3 million. I mean, people can ask. You know, people can ask maybe Disney to put pressure on Harry and Meghan to produce those $3 million, because we have the CEO on a TV interview saying that he did give $3 million to Harry for him to donate to the Elephant Foundation. And the Elephant Foundation so far has not come out and thanked him. They thanked Disney, who after a while, they gave $3 million from Disney, not from Harry, from Disney. The $3 million, Bob, I think his name was Bob, said that he gave to Harry for him to transfer. So we can't do anything unless the only people, this is what I was told, that the only people who can do anything is Disney. If Disney files a complaint, great. So all that money, if Harry did that and he hasn't accounted, the investigation should be that part, but then follow it up. Where is the money? Where is the receipt for that money? How can that money has to be properly accounted for to the last penny. So no, I don't believe in Lady C's petition. I think it's a waste of time asking a person who's demanding more titles and who's angry he doesn't have more titles and even more privileges to give up the only titles he has, which is what he's cashing in. So does that make any sense? If anything, the petition should be aimed at our most gracious queen, asking her to put his titles in permanent abeyance. That's it, or remove them. That's it. And please, a lot of people are still saying it's up to Parliament. No, Parliament and the law says very clearly that when it comes to royal titles and all dignities, it is entirely up to the monarch. It's completely to the monarch's discretion, because royal titles are different than non-royal titles. And by the way, in the Peerage Act, there is a clause that says that if a peer is found guilty of a crime, that sends him to jail for at least, I think, 13 or 14 months, he loses his peerage. So something like that has to be done for the royals. Please feel free to fact check me, okay? Because I'm learning as I go with you. But yeah, it should be there. Now, another bunch of emails I get is how wonderful Oprah is. Oprah should have retired. Oprah is a talk show host who was a little bit better than Jerry Springer. What we have right now is Oprah has now, at least Jerry Springer was honest. You know, you get the white trash that they call, nothing against white trash, but you get people really sorting out their, this is a Jerry Springer. Oprah is the new Jerry Springer. When people are going out there, remember that? You actually cringe when you saw people, oh, I'm having your brother's son, you know. This is what Oprah has become. She should have really retired when she was at the top of her game. Now, she's only going to be remembered because of Jeffrey Wentz, her friendships with all these PDO, I can't say that here because then my video gets banned. All the friendship with those very questionable people, the mess she made and that school that she created, and all this bogus interviews she's giving. And the only reason she's still clinging to the royal family is because it's the only interview that has given her a little bit of relevance lately. If you go back, you will see that the interviews prior to that and the interviews after, nobody's watching them. Now, why did people watch an interview? Because it was a royal. And not just any royal, it was a member of the royal family. That's what created the interest. So now we have that with Oprah. She should have really retired. She's just a Jerry Springer. But she's a dishonest version of Jerry Springer. And Meghan Markle, she's such a, you know, this is, again, I go to the saying, you are the slave to your words and owner to your silence. She went before the UN, which is actually a very reputable, respectable platform. And she could not say nice enough things about her father, how wonderful he was, how he encouraged her to write the letters to the company. So it wasn't even her idea, it was his idea. You know, how wonderful he was, how most people, how girls should have more fathers like him. I mean, this is a respectable platform. She couldn't say nice enough things about him. I don't think she mentioned her mom that much, but she mentioned her father quite a few times. You know, how she has credited in public the fact that her father paid for her fees. Now, apparently, she's been working, she's been doing that. That's not true. That's not true. She was at the whitest sorority in Northwestern University, partying around. You know, she doesn't present receipts. She just slanders. So we have these people out there still slandering. I wish we really couldn't see them. We have Harry lying through his teeth. He's a complete charlatan. He is, and this is why I said, I do agree with Lady C when she says pecuniary, I think disadvantage or advantage. Sorry. Harry is lying through his teeth, slandering an institution of racist and bullying him, and the institution is keeping quiet, which is tarnishing the institution and which is hindering their ability to do their job. That is a criminal offense. I already told you guys that a man went to jail for 12 months for abusing the race card to get out of paying a parking ticket. And here we have Harry and Meghan Markle doing that in conjunction with Oprah Winfrey, because Oprah Winfrey, she's never been to therapy, and yet she's advocating for therapy. She considers herself a therapist because she had that, excuse me, talk show. And she had that idiot Gail listening to her. That's not therapy. Therapy is something serious. It's something important. And it has to be done by a professional. Having a talk show doesn't make you a therapist, doesn't make you insightful. And Oprah is a ruthless predator. If true that Harry has mental issues, Oprah must know. She cannot claim ignorance because she's put herself out there saying that she's an expert on pretty much everything. This is a woman weighing over almost 300 pounds and advocating for Weight Watchers. She's never been married, and then she's an expert on marriage. She doesn't have children, and when she had that school in Africa, she screwed it up. So that's not a good track record. So Oprah should have retired a long time ago and should have not come back. Now, at least Jerry Springer was honest. I keep repeating myself. What do you guys think? I mean, so the emails I get, no, now you got the answer why I don't support Lady C. It had nothing to do, I don't have anything against her. But it is pointless. If you want to make a petition, I have mine out there. I don't know why you guys don't see it. It's basically asking Her Majesty the Queen, who's the person who has the power to do so, to remove his titles, to remove Harry from the line of succession. He does require a conjunction, a consent between Parliament and the Queen, which will, if they both get their act together, they can do it. So all lies, lies, lies. If you like my videos, guys, you're not subscribing, you're not liking, and you're not sharing. So do that. Anyways, as I said, I'm going to Oslo, so I might do another little video. But do subscribe, do like, and do share. And please leave me your comments, because, again, I don't care that Harry lies, but what I care is that the slander he says in conjunction with Oprah, because Harry by himself and Meghan do not have a big platform. So they've used Oprah. And they know that. In Oprah, this is like two people drowning, you know, like when two people jump in the water and they don't know how to swim and they're both drowning, so they go on top of each other. That's how I see them doing it right now. You know, Oprah trying to sink Harry, Harry trying to sink Oprah, Oprah trying to sink Meghan Markle. Because at the very end of this, everybody's going to be blaming everybody. And this little bit, you know that for Harry to get a visa, he had to say that whether or not he has used drugs. I am pretty sure he clicked no. Well, now he has stated that he has been doing drugs for at least 10 years while he was in the army, which means that the Royal Army or Marines have no checks on him. What happened to him? And they have a lot to answer if that is the case. But if any of all my American friends out there, you can report him to the immigration department for lying, asking that they make that public, because if he has clicked that he didn't use drugs, and now publicly he says that he's been using drugs for at least 10 years, that means that he lied on a formal application and he can be sent to jail. Anyways, leave your comments and thank you.